Hello, brothers and sisters. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope your families are well. I would like to share with you now a message about our second annual Hyojung Love Offering for a heavenly unified Korea and a heavenly unified world. Again, thank you to all of you who participated last year. Last year, we moved Mother's heart, not just because we gave a great offering, but because of how many of us participated, despite the many challenges that we are facing. It truly, truly moved our true mother's heart. And you'll remember that she gave an incredible gift of 70 holy garments of our true parents to Asia Pacific One. And now some of you may be wondering, what will happen with those 70 holy garments? Well, if you watch to the end of this message, you will find out, because it is connected to our second Hyojung love offering. You know, as I was sitting here just now, I was thinking about how precious our lives are and kind of the footprints in the sand analogy. You know, we are all here in the physical world with a very limited amount of time. And yet the time that we have, we can make a huge impact on the world. The things that we say, the things that we do, the songs we write, the movies we make, more than anything, perhaps the children we make, the stories. Every day of our lives is an opportunity to leave something behind, something that harms or something that gives life. And I think that was something that Mother wanted us to understand. You know, you remember I shared this with you. This is a gift that Mother gave to the world leaders. It is a pen. It is a Mont Blanc pen, and there was a whole story behind this I shared with you about why Mont Blanc. But what Mother was saying with this gift is, every day is precious, and we are historical people. We are historical people, blessed and responsible to leave a great legacy behind. And so she said, make sure that every day you can write a journal entry that your descendants will be proud of, that heaven will smile upon. And that no matter who we are, no matter what our station in life, no matter our challenges, every day is an opportunity to leave something great behind. And I was thinking about this because of how precious your offering is. And it's not about just external things. Our participation in the Hyojung love offering is maybe small, but I really want you to recognize and appreciate how much heaven shines upon us and blesses us because of our heart of Hyojung. And it's not just about the Hyojung love offering. It was never just about this one offering, right? It is the lesson that it teaches us, and that each day is an opportunity to have that kind of Hyojung in our lives. So I thought, if we're going to talk again today about the second Hyojung love offering, I thought the best place to start is with True Mother's words in response to our first Hyojung love offering. And I've shared these with you before, but I think this is the correct place to start. So this was in a meeting with our True Mother and world leaders in April of 2021, earlier this year. And although all reports had been completed, Mother took extra time to share the following words. And the following words were Mother's account and Mother's response to Asia Pacific One's first Hyojang love offering. And remember, we shared with her pages and pages of testimonies from our members across Asia, and I also submitted my own lengthy report. But Mother understood that this was no small thing, and that it took a lot of work for all of our leaders and members across Asia Pacific One, despite not only our financial challenges, but the risk of COVID-19. So this was Mother's heart. She said, Damien, from Asia, you've been sending various reports, and I've read all of the reports you sent. Until now, Japan has helped Asia a lot financially, and Japan had to fulfill its providence. But even in the midst of this difficulty, you invested everything you had and you helped Japan as well. Japan was able to fulfill its providential mission. So, what does this mean? I'm just going to interject a few of my thoughts as we go. But when Mother said this, I was a little startled because, wait, why is Mother talking about Japan? Mother's talking about Asia Pacific One's Hyojang love offering, and I was standing there listening to her words. Why is she saying we helped Japan? Well, of course, we understand because Japan is the nation that has basically taken the entire responsibility of our financial foundation. I know every nation has contributed in its own way, even America, but nothing compared to Japan. If you knew how much they sacrificed, your mind would be blown. And it's not something that they boast about. It's not something that they tell people about, but it's truly remarkable. And here is Mother starting her response by mentioning how we helped Japan. We helped Japan with our Hyojang love offering. And then Mother goes on to say, Japan was able to fulfill its providential mission. What does that mean to you? Do you understand that, when Mother says Japan has helped Asia a lot financially, I don't know if you ever really considered that. But if Mother is gifting or supporting our mission, where does that blessing really come from in real terms? It's coming from precious members in Japan. So the moment we stop asking Mother for that help and turn around the boat and say, Mother, we want to help you, for Mother, it's the same as saying you helped Japan. And it's also the same as saying Japan fulfilled its responsibility. If you can catch the deep meaning of this, remember, we have our true mother and we have our mother nation. True mother knows the sacrifice of the mother. True mother knows the quiet, silent burdens that the mother carries, and she knows that Japan is carrying those same types of sacrifices and burdens silently. So when the other nations rise up to become independent and self-sufficient, not only self-sufficient, but giving, it offsets the burden that Japan carries, and therefore it offsets the amount of mission that Japan still is responsible to achieve. But it's not Japan telling the other nations what they have to do. Even Mother didn't tell us to do this. This was from our heart of Hyojang. This is the deep meaning. Do you understand? So in helping Mother, we're actually helping Japan. And in Mother's response, we can also sense how much Mother's heart feels probably burdened for Japan and sad for Japan, how much they have to carry and how long they will have to carry it until the rest of us can really pull up our socks and believe that heaven can bless these hands too. Heaven can bless the work that we do in every way, including our external foundations. Look at the world, look, no matter the nation that you're in, look around you. There are people who are successful, far less blessed than you. So we have that same opportunity, times 10, times 100, So if we set our hearts correct, then surely great blessing will come to our nation. Great blessing will come to our family. This is my determination. And it was the same determination I had last year, and this was the result. So Mother says, you helped Japan. Even in the midst of difficulty, you invested everything you had and you helped Japan as well. So despite our difficulties, even though our offering may have been small externally, it was a huge meaning beyond just a gift for Mother. It has something to do with the Mother Nation as well. I'm going to touch on this point again in a little while. Mother then went on to say something that I need to edit. So basically, she mentioned how some leaders ask for money to fund activities, and then she gives them the money because Mother, of course, wants to help us in our mission. And usually this is the way that it occurs. Most of our frontline missions, we have a great idea or we have some big initiative that we ask for True Parents' blessing. Also, we ask for True Parents' investment in that initiative. So this is, you can say, normal. But right in the middle of this speech, right now, what she said was, she gave this example of how many times leaders will ask me for support and I will yield and give it to them. She was saying this to mean that we did not do that. Despite the fact that, yes, we have many, many struggles, I've been reporting to Mother the very real challenges that we face. She knows them. But I never asked Mother for help. From the beginning, I promised Mother that we will find a way. We will find a way. And to prove it, Mother, we will even, start by offering something to heaven. And I believe that this is what opens heaven's grace tenfold, 100-fold on everything that we do. There may have been some of you that thought I was crazy, but I hope now that you understand. And it is precisely these words that Mother is sharing here that underscore this point. Mother's saying, usually people come when they need help, they come and ask for it. But in your case, even though you needed help, even though you still need help, you came to offer it. This is a big meaning. I'm sure all of our parents can imagine when your children approach you this way with that kind of hyojang, you feel moved, right? Even though they're in need, maybe they're hungry, maybe you're willing to give your plate of food to them so that they eat. But what if they give you back half a bowl of rice and say, Daddy, I know how hard you're working. I want you to eat too. This kind of heart, a parent is going to bring tears to their heart, right? From the child. So this is what Mother was saying here. Even though I know you need my help, Asia Pacific One helped me, helped Japan. This is what Mother's saying here. So let's go on. And therefore, to you, Damien, I'll give you a special gift. Bam. Immediately, Mother is getting to the point. Mother is saying that Hyojang will always be rewarded by heaven. So immediately she says, I'll give you a special gift. She said, as you tour around Asia, many members are facing financial difficulties, and Mother knows that many Asian members are struggling. But among these members, there are many who are really investing themselves completely. There are many. I've heard of the tears of the members. Some people have donated $17, others $7. And you collected all of that, and for the first time in the Asia region, you are the first regional president to offer $90,000 as a donation to True Parents from the Asia region. So, what is Mother saying here? Okay, look, Mother's talking about the first regional president, but what Mother's actually saying here is the $7, the $17, even the $1 donations that made up the 90,000. There were so many fingerprints of love on that offering. children from all over South Asia, Southeast Asia, Central and North Asia. I mean, Greater China. I mean, this is incredible. So many people participated. And so again, I really want to thank you, because what Mother was saying here again was, despite, as you tour, you're meeting the families. I was reporting to Mother the reality, the external reality and challenges that we're facing. I'm not pretending that everything's okay. But despite those circumstances, I asked you to trust heaven, to offer a gift. And surely this is not the first time Asia has, given a gift or given money to true parents. Why would Mother say you're the first regional president to do so? Do you think it's really the first time? I know many of you have given offerings before. So why is Mother saying this is the first time? Is it the first time that it's that much money? Is it the first time that it's that much money from only half of Asia? Because Asia used to be 40 nations, and it still is, but it's divided into two, Asia Pacific 1 and Asia Pacific 2. So is that why Mother said, because it's relatively a larger amount than we ever gave? I don't think it's to do with the amount. I think it's primarily to do with two things. Number one, it was unsolicited. It's not connected to a birthday or a wedding anniversary or some large event or some rally that we have to fundraise for or some building fund that was instigated by true parents. This was entirely unsolicited. This came from our heart. Sure, I sparked the idea, but it was because of the unity of our leaders and our members, even our children. I was happiest when I heard the testimonies from young children saying, I've never been able to give this kind of gift directly to true parents before. There's your answer. Do you understand? At some point, some of the leaders mentioned to me, no, this isn't the first time we've done this. And I said, really? Are you sure? But you can hear, if the second generation, if the young children are saying they've never been given a chance, they've never been asked to give a gift like that to, I heard the same thing from several of our prominent VIP partners. They said they've never been asked before. So this was the first time. Certainly this was the first time with this kind of nature of our own will, our own timing, and such a large number of participants. Certainly Mother received it as the first time. And it is precisely that really triggered Mother's response. That's why even this time, I'm not expecting some similar response from Mother or a greater response from Mother. The offering that we're doing this time is not about shocking Mother with an unexpected gift. It's actually about consistency. Hopefully I'll remember to share more about that in a minute, but let's continue. So for Mother, this was the first time such a gift was offered in that way. And the report really moved her. Mother said the report was really, and then, she trailed off, thinking about all of the things that we shared with her. She said, this is something that never happened before. And I was really moved by that fact. That is why I really saw the dedication of the members. You see, Mother could see and feel the dedication of the members. Not only because I gave your testimonies, she could read directly, but she can sense. She can sense. She can feel. She can feel in her prayers, in her dreams. She can feel your heart right now. And of course, I testified also to your love and devotion for her. So in Mother's own words, you don't need to listen to me. She says, I was really moved by that fact. With regards to the reunification of the Korean Peninsula, all of Asia, the entire Asian continent must support the providence of the heavenly unified Korea, as I mentioned before. It is the era of the Pacific Rim civilization. It is the Pacific Rim civilization that will embrace the world. So, the Pacific Rim civilization is the realm of mother's era. It is the realm of women's leadership. It is the realm and era of the leadership of our only begotten daughter, the mother of peace, the mother of reunification, the mother of heavenly unified Korea and a heavenly unified world. So why is now mother connecting this to heavenly unified Korea? Because our offering was with that heart, remember? And she's reminding us here that the entire Asia continent must support the providence of a heavenly unified Korea. We are on the front line of the providence now. In Asia, we are on the very front line of the providence, okay? And so Mother says, therefore, the realm of Asia must stand at the center, and Asia must come into Cheonilguk. Asia must come into Cheonilguk. So brothers and sisters, are you understanding that? We are right here, just a stone's throw from Korea. I know there's so many challenging situations, geopolitical situations, economic situations, religious conflicts, and so many things going on in our midst. But we are right here in Asia, on the Pacific Rim, in the Pacific Rim era, with our true mother. And mother is telling us, mother is telling you that you are the people. You know, I come from the West, by the way. Yes, my lovely wife is from the East, from Asia, but I'm just a stranger from the West. Honored to be here with you now on Asian soil. But mother is telling you, you are the people and you are the nations. And this is the time that God prepared for you to stand up. Your destiny, I believe your destiny is to be super, super successful in everything. I know many of you might wonder, is that possible? Our position is like this. We can't go up. There's a limit to how much we can do. Well, I tell you, if there is a limit to how much you can do, I promise you, it's way beyond what you think your limit is. And mother right here is telling us, therefore, the realm of Asia must stand at the center. We are standing at the center. It's not just because we are geographically here, though. Do you understand? Mother's saying, it's not just because you're Asian or because you live in Asia. It's not automatic. She's saying Asia must come into Cheonilguk. So how do we do that? How does Asia come into Cheonilguk? It's not just because we're physically close to Korea. Therefore, mother gives the answer. To do so, I, to you, will give 70 special clothes that true parents have worn. And I will put 70 garments that true parents wore from the winter to the spring. So mother's describing all 4 seasons here, I believe. And give these garments that true parents wore to the members who have really invested for the providence. Those who need, and especially those who can, tell them to work for the restoration of the nation. Okay, so in simple terms right now, mother is simply saying, you showed an incredible heart of Hyojung, and because of that, I'll give you a gift. But why am I giving you this gift? It's because Asia must come into the realm of Cheonilguk. This is our destiny, blessing, and responsibility. And so to do so, she's giving us this gift. So how does that help? How does it manifest that mother giving us these 70 holy garments that true parents wore? Okay? By the way, let me mention something now. I once saw a documentary, okay? I saw a documentary in America about secondhand clothes. Now, there's nothing wrong with secondhand clothes. I have many secondhand clothes. People may gift you clothes, or your parents might gift you, or your elder siblings might give you a shirt that they used to wear. But, you know, in America, we have many thrift stores, and you can buy very affordable clothes because, you know, people have given their used clothes in good condition to the thrift store, and that allows for people to be able to buy very affordable clothing. And so somebody did a test on these clothing. You know, first of all, when people in America give these clothes, usually they give them clean, okay? But then the thrift store will very thoroughly also clean the clothes professionally before putting them on the rack and selling them. Okay, so they make sure that everything's sparkling clean. Okay, but somebody did a test, and they took these used clothes from a thrift store and they tested them for bodily, fluid or, some essence that was left behind by the original owner. And they found that no matter how much you wash clothes, the original essence of the original owner can always be found there. So you're not going to smell it. You're not going to see it necessarily. You can wash it out. It's brand spanking new clean. But if you inspect it with special, chemicals or microscope, absolutely, you will find there, embedded in the clothes, the essence of its original owner, or perhaps multiple owners, right? So this is fascinating, and I'm sure, police might use this for, detective purposes and so on, CSI, right? But why do I bring up this strange story? Because, when true parents give us their clothes, it's not just a gift. Like, this is an incredible gift. Mother gave me a pen, and all of the other leaders this incredible pen with great meaning. But Mother herself didn't touch this pen. She blessed it. She did not touch it. Now, her clothes, that is a gift that is for eternity, physically and spiritually connected to our true parents. This is remarkable. So how does this gift, okay, let's get back to True Mother's words here. Mother's asking Asia to stand at the center, must come into Chonilguk and stand at the center of the providence. But how is Mother giving us these 70 garments representing 4 seasons of the year that true parents wore, giving them to members? She says here, she wants these to be given to the members, that especially those who can work for the restoration of the nation, okay? Those who can work for the restoration of the nation, right? The goal is national restoration. Mother is very clear. That's the goal, national restoration. Any nation with the potential for national restoration should offer Jeongsong and prayers. Okay, so brothers and sisters, we know that in order to restore a nation, there is so much involved. You can see all of the work that True Parents and Dr. Yoon, all the IHQ staff with the Think Tank 2022, with the Rallies of Hope, and all of these events, these expanded worship services. This is an incredible ministry, that worldwide ministry in the midst of COVID-19, when everybody else is wondering, what shall we do? Where should we go? Mother is leading consistently and fervently towards unifying the Korean Peninsula. And this is catching the eye and ear of world leaders all over the world, from America, from Europe, from Africa, from Southeast Asia, from Asia. They're all now listening and watching what Mother is doing. Very, very substantial work. Mother's investing everything to move the hearts and minds of the Korean people. Every event we watch, the key target is to really move the hearts and minds of the Korean people so that they can feel the desire and strength and courage to stand up and reunify their nation. This is God's will. And so this is the work that we're helping. But national restoration around the world, Mother is expecting this and longing for this. And it takes many realms. There's economics, there's politics, there's governance, right? There's culture. There's education. There's so many realms. There's faith, religion, so many realms that need to be upgraded in order to really substantiate national restoration. But what's at the heart of it? What's the cornerstone condition for national restoration? It's actually Chombo, right? It's our HTM activity. This is the engine. Our substantial advancement of Chombo is the engine behind all miracles taking place, okay? So Mother says this interesting story of unity from Japan. She mentions, as a side note, until now, recently, looking at the report of the 4th sub-region of Japan, through the grace of true parents, someone who is about to die survived, and reviving Asia is by supporting the providence of heavenly unified Korea. So what is Mother mentioning here about this 4th sub-region member in Japan? Mother mentioned this. I didn't actually read the testimony of this. I believe some of you may have heard about this story. There was a member in the fourth subregion in Japan who was literally on death, knocking on death's door. I believe the doctors had already, uh, uh, concluded that death was imminent. And somehow, by the grace of Heavenly Parent and true parents, because of his unity, I believe it was a brother, because of their unity, miraculously, their life was saved. So why is Mother mentioning this right now? Because it's to do with unity, and it's to do with the grace, and it's to do with the unity and grace connected to Asia's role in supporting True Mother with a Heavenly Unified Korea in this Pacific Rim era for the sake of Heavenly Unified World. So Mother is saying this right at the conclusion. She started with Japan, and then again, she's concluding with Japan. Again, very interesting. She's reminding us about Japan and unity. And then she concludes finally with this final word. So when you go, Damien, when you go from Korea, Mother will give you 70 sets of clothes. Please take them and give them to the members. This was a moment of true humility. As I stood there and watched True Mother and listened to her speak in Korean and in one ear hearing the translation, I was surrounded by world leaders, and on behalf of you, dear members, and for any of those leaders were there, if you're watching this message, I think you can imagine how I felt. Right? Because on behalf of our leaders and members of Asia Pacific One, I was standing in the middle of a room of our most faithful and beloved world leaders. But me, this young upstart, well, I don't know how young anymore, but this young upstart from the West comes over, and right at the end of the meeting, Mother showers us with this incredible grace. So it was my first meeting with Mother and all world leaders of that nature. And there I was being honored on behalf of you with these 70 sets of clothes. So I have these clothes to give to you. We offered Mother a gift, and she responded with this substantial message and substantial gift. And this gift has a meaning and a purpose that we've just read about. What did we do? We established a prayer team. And this prayer team was headed by Kazuo-san in Asia Pacific One in Thailand. And all of the Japanese sisters and sisters from each nation joined this prayer team. And for the past 160 days plus have been praying repeatedly, okay? Every day. And together at the national and even sub-regional and regional level, they pray. What are they praying for? They're praying for heaven's guidance on how to take care of these precious gifts of our True Mother. This is a picture of 4 of our sisters here in Thailand HQ. I asked Edita to put together a team of our most trusted sisters who are close to HQ, who can help organize our clothes. And I told her not to let anyone else in the room. The only other person allowed in the room at the time was the photographer, who took professional photos of each and every holy garment of our True Mother. This was a sanctuary that was set up, and each photograph was lovingly taken, and we built a website that will be launched, that we can see every single item of our True Mother's gift, and these gifts will be given to our beloved True Mother. Why Mother? What is it that Mother is looking for now? And this is where we connect our HJ Love Offering number 1, our HJ Love Offering number 2, and True Mother's gift, and our fundamental purpose. Mother said, national restoration. Mother said, please give the gift to the families who are working hard for the sake of national restoration. the condition of national restoration is the fulfillment of heavenly tribal messiahship. Chombo means heavenly treasures. Honestly, very few, if any, people are truly worthy of this designation, heavenly treasure. Even those of us that have worked really hard, I have to say that from heaven's viewpoint, there's still so much more work to do to substantiate our foundations of HTM. However, Mother, again, has graced us by inducting now over 5,000 or 6,000 families around the world into the realm of Chombo, into the realm of heavenly treasure. And what this means for Mother is each of these families have substantially witnessed to, have substantially brought 43 families into the realm of true mother and true parents' grace as our family members. Now, many have had to be extremely creative under very difficult circumstances, depending on which nation, which region they come from. So what's Mother's first question when she hears the report from this year about 5,000 new Chombo families inducted into Chombo? Mother's first question is, so if there's 5,000 Chombo Victor families, then how many more people are attending our worship service, right? How many more people are attending our, donating to our worldwide providence? So you might wonder, how much is it, you know? If you have 5,000 families, if you have 5,000 families that have witnessed to at least 43 couples, that's 86 people per family. So times 5,000, I'm doing the math right now, that's almost 500,000 people. It's actually 430,000 people. So if we report to True Mother this 5,000 Chombo families, then Mother would also expect to see a corresponding report of 430,000 plus, right? Because there's children and other people, many of us have blessed 430 or more, but at least there should be close to 500,000 new faces, right, at church on Sunday, or at 500,000 new faces at the worship, the Hyojang Nuri worship, or at the Rally of Hope, or attending the think tank and donating. Because just to watch a show is one thing, but to put my substance into the mix is me really taking ownership. It's not just sacrifice. It's not just an offering for heaven. It's actually me putting my signature of ownership on heavenly providential work. So what could be greater gift for True Mother than substantiating the Chombo foundations that we've reported to her? You know, this is what, you know, when we look at Asia Pacific 1, this is what we reported to True Mother, our determination. If you look at our numbers, quite frankly, in Asia Pacific 1 right now, it's hard to find more than 4,000 or 5,000 regular attending members. Now, there's lots of associate members, registered members, and supporters, but we see them perhaps, rarely. And I'm very grateful to those of you that can be counted among the regular attending members. Fine. But even among the regular attending members, oftentimes it's only a small percentage of members doing a huge percentage of the work. Well, we want to expand that. We want everybody to participate in the blessing of Chombo. So one of my goals is that I help every family. I don't want to judge you. I don't want to hurt you. I can be very clear, like in my last message, Father's very clear for decades that Chombo is not just our responsibility, it's our blessing. And if we forego that blessing, then it leaves us weakened and prone to spiritual challenges. Because we're talking about vertical and horizontal HTM, right? Vertical and horizontal liberation and blessing. So this is surely something that when we do, we will be blessed. And if we don't do it, it's a challenge and struggle for our descendants and our ancestors and our nation. So my attitude towards Chombo is we will all do it together. So those of you that participated in the Chombo Challenge, I think you can feel, right? You can see my determination to really make this something that is real and substantial and enjoyable, but something that ultimately is truly what mother and father have been longing to see. But those families that feel maybe incapable or not because of the finances or challenges in the couple relationship or parent-child relationship or other kinds of challenges and circumstances, no matter the challenges or circumstances, absolutely, I want to help you. I want to work together. So those of you that participated in the Chombo Challenge, please offer your testimony to the other members who perhaps are not as close to the fire of Chombo, right? Some may be ahead, some may be halfway, some may be a little behind, but I'm not going to be happy until all of us are at the banquet table of True Mother's Grace, having achieved the realm of Chombo. And the truth is that even those of us who may be a little bit more advanced, we still have a lot of work to do. We need your help. We need to help one another. So at least in regards to Asia Pacific One, that is my attitude and my determination to do with you wholeheartedly and enjoyably. But we should also do quickly, because Mother's only here for a determined amount of time. And Mother wants to reach at least a third of the world population. So by 2027, we have an incredible goal. It may look impossible, but I believe it's not impossible. I believe in Asia Pacific One, it's truly possible, right? We have already touched the lives of at least 390,000 people in Asia through HTM activities. Many of them may not have seen us since then, but we will reach them. And that is the purpose of this second HJ Love offering, right? Last year, we reached 6,000 people, but this year, let us try and reach at least 12,000 people. Now, who does that include? When we talk about 12,000 people, I'm talking about 12,000 participants of the HJ Love offering. Double what we did last year. We can do it. So who am I thinking about? I'm thinking about our husbands, our wives, our children, just like last time. Yes, I'm thinking about our VIPs, our supporters, but I'm also thinking about the members that didn't participate last time. We might call them resting members, right? Those of you who maybe had a tough experience and needed a break, quite frankly. I totally understand. Some members have been out of the loop for months, maybe even years. There have been so many challenges on the world stage, regionally and nationally, so many challenges. I've heard so many stories, not just in Asia, all over the world. I know. I too am a member. I too am a blessed family who has struggled and suffered and had challenges with all kinds of the dynamics that we go through in this incredibly fast-moving movement. So I'm with you and I want to help you. But one of the ways I want even our resting members to be invited to participate, give something, put your name on the list. I want to offer all of that. And this, it doesn't end here. This Hyojang Love offering is a contract with heaven, but it's also a contract with me. If we have you on our list, if we know where you are, we want to meet you, we want to find you, we want to take care of you, and we want you to be a part of us taking care of our nation and bringing national restoration. This is what Mother wants us to do. So that's right. Last year we did 6,000 people. Well, this year we want to do 12,000 people. We can do it. We can do it, especially in Southeast Asia where we have large HTM foundations. We need to go out there and reach those people and ask them not just for a dollar donation, but even more. They can give even more. I know that there's a extreme financial hardship. I've been on the front line. I know the GDP of each nation of Asia Pacific One, but even a dollar might be a lot to someone, but in most countries, a dollar is still the value of a meal, let's say. And everyone can offer a meal or more, maybe a whole day. Maybe if you offer 7 days of morning fasting and save that dollar every day, then you have $7. We still have time to find a way to raise a substantial offering. But more than the amount, I'm really interested, like last time, in the number of people who participate, because participation is proof to True Mother that you are there. It's proof to our mother that my children are alive, that my children are participating with me for the sake of a heavenly unified Korea and for the sake of a heavenly unified world. Okay? So some of you may wonder about the gifts. How shall we determine who to give these precious gifts to? So here's the news, and let me bring this message to a conclusion. Your national leader or your sub-regional leaders will inform you about the standards that we are going to evaluate for how to give True Mother's gift of 70 holy garments. First, centering on our region-wide prayer team, I really want to thank the sisters who have been praying every day and who will continue to pray up until the end of this condition, up until the end of the year, December 31st. They're praying every day. Why? Because even though Mother trusted me and Yumiko to tour Asia and determine who to give the gifts to, I wanted to do this together as a team. I wanted to make sure that first, heaven is blessing every step of this process. Okay? And in terms of who gets the gifts, well, guess what? We all get the gifts. All of Asia Pacific One should feel that we receive the gift together. And this is what I mentioned earlier in the year, the first time I mentioned about Mother's gift. I want all of our Blessed Central families. I want all of our members, even our resting members, even the members that didn't donate last year. If there's members that didn't donate last year, I want them to I want them to feel, oh, they missed out on something. Sure. Yes, you missed out on something last time. That's why you won't miss out on it this time. But even those that didn't donate last year, I want them to feel that they were a part of this offering. Why? Because it wasn't just the $90,000. It wasn't just the 6,000 plus participants in the HJ Love offering. You have to understand, I understand that everything we have right now in Asia is thanks to all of the members that have come from the beginning and even the members who have come and gone. It's thanks to all of the leaders from the beginning until now. It's thanks to all of the blessed families, all of the husbands, all of the wives, all of the children, many of which have suffered and struggled and wondered, when will my day come? When will I see heaven blessing and returning the blessing upon us for all of our sacrifices? Do you understand? You've been praying about that. That's why I want you to know that the 70 holy garments from True Mother was a gift in response to the HJ Love offering, yes, but it was a gift on the foundation of all of the sacrifices and prayers here in Asia until now. I told President Hodi even, I want Asia Pacific too to feel connected to that for that purpose. Same reason, because it's on the foundation of all of the training, all of the education, all the things that the leaders that have helped you until now, and all of the things that we've struggled through until now. I'm sorry, am I going too long on this point? I want everybody to feel connected. Everyone has participated in one way or another to get us to where we are today. This room, this desk, this building, everything that we have throughout Asia is thanks to the work of True Parents and all of the response from True Parents' children around Asia until now. That's how I feel. So I want you to connect to that. At the same time, if it wasn't for the 6,000 people that participated last year, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So again, thanks to those of you that really listened and committed. But I want you to do it again, and I want you to do it more, and I want us to expand the foundation. It's not just about the external offering, even though when we give substantially, Mother immediately applies it to the front line. For the heavenly unified, if you're paying attention to what's going on in Korea right now, your mind will be blown what Mother is doing to unify that nation. And she does need our pennies and our dollars, and she needs it because we are doing very real work. And so please watch the broadcasts of the Think Tank 2022. I think they may be among the most amazing testimonies to True Parents' work, to heaven's work, that you've ever heard, because it's so substantial as well. It's literally Mother changing the world map. So it's going to happen. Korea will be unified, and it will be unified a heavenly way. And Mother will be recognized as the mother of reunification, the mother of a heavenly unified Korea, the queen of a heavenly unified Korea. Can you imagine? And so your substantial donations go to that, okay? And don't just do it now once because I'm asking. Let us have that mindset continually. Every month in a way we should be doing it. But I want to show Mother, not just that we did it last year, I want to show Mother our consistency. This is a key point, consistency. Because Mother may not give another gift. I'm not expecting Mother to give another gift. Do you understand? I've been mentioning this to the some of the members in Thailand in our morning peace net, because, you know, as a child, when you're holding onto your parents' coat, when you're holding onto your parents' shoulder, the parent's going to carry you. The parent's going to walk forward, right? And that little weight is like it's not really a burden for the parent because they love you. But at a certain point, they need you and want you to be able to walk on your own feet, to walk independently, right? So as long as we're asking Mother for even $1, let alone $1 million, if we ask Mother for even $1, then that's $1 of negative pull. It's $1 of like reverse weight, pulling a little bit back and slowing Mother down a little bit from running forward. But the moment that we put $1 behind her, the moment that we put one, unit of energy behind her as extra energy, it has value greater than $1. Because first of all, it's no longer a negative pull. It's no longer a reverse pull. It's a push. But also psychologically, mentally, spiritually now, Mother doesn't have to worry the same like she did before. How will my children be eating? Mothers can't stop themselves from worrying. But the minute that the children are there behind Mother, putting the wind beneath her sails, it means Mother doesn't have to worry the same as she did before, and she can focus more on running forward. And then on top of that, if we put extra substance, extra units of power behind her, oh my God. Not only are we, removing the sense of burden, but we're pushing Mother forward with our sincerity, and she can feel she can fly anywhere and be victorious. I tell you, that's how parents are. Many of you are parents, you know how it is. Once your children start doing better in school, once your children start understanding, and once your children start picking up their laundry without you asking, brushing their teeth without you asking, doing their responsibilities without you asking, all of a sudden, as a parent, you're free to start thinking about other things. This is the Hak Ja Han heart that we want to give to heaven and our true parents. So, we will expand to 12,000, at least, honestly, I want to do more. But why only 12,000 is because it's not just about collecting donations. Like I mentioned before, we will be entering every single name into a database, including information about not just their name, their gender, their age, where they are, what tribe they're connected to, and what's their most recent level of education. Are they blessed? Did they do the 3-day? All these things. We have a lot of this data, but I now want to organize it according to our spiritual family tree. This is True Parents Family Tree. Are you following me? I know this message is getting a little bit long, but I really want you to understand. When I say that we're gathering a database of all of the people that are attending and donating with this H-Day Love Offering, it's not just a spreadsheet. It's not just names on a piece of paper. It's a registry. It is a registry of a family tree. Whose family tree? Do you understand? It's not just, Thailand church with HQ and centers and lots of full-time members working really hard. No, we have that structure, but we're fleshing out, building out Chombo. Every family is destined to become a Chombo. In the future, the nation will be structured around Chombo. The national, leader will be first gathering around them their Chombo foundation, and within that there'll be district leaders with their Chombo foundations, and within those districts, many families who have achieved Chombo, and they are acting as heavenly temples within their area. And eventually, those Chombo families should have the authority to be like true parents in that domain, not only giving the blessing, but taking care of even the challenges challenges that exist. We should be getting ready to match our own young couples in the villages and in the towns and in the cities around our areas. This is the work that true parents have been showing us and leading us. We need to dominate the third blessing realm, right? We need to be prosperous. We need to be successful and raise huge, wealthy financial foundations, educational foundations, cultural foundations. This is our work. The work of Chombo is much more than just, we're not just signing up a few people to join the church. No, we're not even building a church anymore. We're building a nation, national restoration. We're building nations. We're building a heavenly unified world. And in a nation, in a heavenly unified world, you need all of these areas, education. Yes, you need culture, you need sports, you need science, you need medicine, you need so many things, governance. That's why Mother, you can see, is touching all of these areas. So what is our job as Family Federation? We're working with people in all of these realms, but those within the realm of Heavenly Parent Holy Community who are willing to see true parents as their parents, willing to see true parents as not just the founders, but really the hands of heaven substantially right now in our time today, bringing about an incredible change in human history. And it's a substantial change. It's way beyond just a spiritual change or a prayer or a religious faith. We are people of substance. And not only will we give Mother a great offering, we will give Mother the names of at least 12,000 of her children, of true parents' children, here in Asia, organized into a registry, organized into a family tree. That means every Chombo family with their 43 or their 430 under it will be organized. And Mother can see where they are, which nation, which district, who's taking care, who's sponsoring from the outside, and what are they doing. I want to report all of this to our true Mother. Do you understand? This is really an exciting aspect to our second HJ love offering. Look, some of you might be feeling like, well, I didn't start Chombo yet, or I'm not connected to that part. I understand. Look, all of us can bring an offering, okay? All of us will bring an offering. But in terms of who should we give the garments to, that's the question we need to ask ourselves. So I believe heaven has been guiding this decision as well. Okay. First of all, I need you to know that we've established not only a prayer team, but we've also established an evaluation team of about 10 people. And the secretary of this team is our very own beloved Mrs. Ursula McLachlan. Thank you, Ursula. So she's going to be heading this team. And of course, our leading prayer sisters will also be on that. Our sub-regional leaders and leaders will be on that. But the purpose of this team is to really reflect on the dedication of our members around Asia Pacific One. And with regard to who should we give the 70 holy garments to? Well, I want to answer that for you right now. First of all, we have to go back to Japan. Mother mentioned it at the beginning of her speech. Mother mentioned Japan at the end of her speech. I thought about this since the beginning of the year. Why did Mother start talking about Japan? Mother must feel such, burden in her heart, pain in her heart, because how much of the providence Japan is shouldering, just like true parents. She knows the burden that it is. With every nation that's not self-sufficient, it's the responsibility of Japan to help them. I know that many nations, you may not see huge amounts of support and income, but think of it. All of the missions, all of the initiatives, all of the support that Mother sends to the front line all over the world, it's remarkable. Everything that Mother's building in Korea, everything that Mother's building in Korea, it's building a city of God, And you have to ask yourself, how much have we given to that? How much have we sent overseas? Yeah. So that again is the heart of our HJ Love offering. And that's why Mother said we helped Japan. But when I thought about it, why would Mother feel the need to say you helped Japan? I felt Mother was also giving us a clue. That's why, in response to Mother's gift, I wanted to do something for Japan as well. And I thought about it and we prayed about it, and I shared the idea with our leaders as well. But starting with my wife and I, we really felt, if you knew how much Japan has offered and what that actually means. Maybe we think that, oh, Japan's a rich country and all of our members in Japan are really, really, rich. But actually, that's not the case. Of course, there are many successful people. But the truth is Japan, among all the nations, has maybe paid the biggest price, not only externally, but also in terms of what it means to their families. Because most of the parents in that great nation gave everything, and then gave everything again, and then sold everything they have to give again, and then went into greater debt to give more and more, and continuously raised and raised more to be able to support great initiatives, worthy initiatives around the world. So what should we do in response? Should we ignore it? We always say thank you to true parents, but I felt, wouldn't it be nice to say thank you to Japan? So Japan, if you're watching, what we would like to do is give you something. But what do we have? Honestly, brothers and sisters, our finances in Asia right now, nationally, sub-regionally, regionally, we have nothing to give. What's the most precious thing we could give? So after much prayer, Yumiko and I decided, and we met with our leaders, why don't we give something that's most precious? Can I say now on this video? Maybe I need to announce in a different way. So I will, I'm feeling the Spirit telling me now to wait. But I can say that part of our second Hyojang love offering, and I'm not talking about, finances, but part of our second Hyojang love offering is connected to Japan. Okay? And when Spirit guides me to share with you, I will share with you. In the meantime, please know that it's very exciting, and I want to maybe dedicate another message just to this point if we need to, but I will announce to you. We want to do something very, very simple but very precious to thank our Japanese movement and our Japanese members. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, of these 70 holy garments, I want to allocate 40 to this current condition that we're on. We're now on a 40-day HJ Love Offering campaign, right? Which is kind of like not just an HJ Love Offering campaign, it's kind of like a membership registration campaign, it's a database campaign, it's a Heavenly Parent Holy Community, True Parents, family registry campaign. But centering on those 40 days, I want to allocate, of the 70 gifts that we have, I want to allocate 40 of them to those who perform most substantially in this Hyojang love offering. Now, what does that mean? Your national leaders will explain more detail, but very simply, it's this. The way IHQ is measuring, in simplest terms, our substance is how many of our HTM areas, how many of our members are showing up, and how many of them are, participating, And when you donate, it's really a key indicator that you are an owner and that you are participating fully. So because of that, we feel the second HJ Love offering is an opportunity to substantiate our Chombo. Chombo is the foundation for the nation. Chombo is what Mother is asking us to do. Mother is asking us to give these holy garments to the people who are advancing the foundation for restoration of the nation, and that is our Chombo families. So 40 of them will be allocated for our Chombo families, and the other 30 I will report to you how we allocate them. More may be given to our Chombo families, but at least 40 right now I want to allocate to the Chombo families who bring about great substantial results in our HJ Love offering. And how does that look? Well, the metric of a Chombo family is, 43 families. That's 86 adults. So if a Chombo family brings forward, 86 names that have participated and completely registered as members and offered a donation over a certain amount, then we can see, oh, that's really a tribe that not only has given the blessing and not only has, witnessing realm kind of foundation, but a substantial foundation. At least to some degree, we can say that's a substantial foundation. Now, there's going to be other things that we include. I want to receive reports from all of you who participate in this HJ Love offering. I really want, our evaluation committee to also look at other factors. Some people may give huge donations. Some people may offer other outstanding kind of offerings, or bring about really substantial change. Not just somebody. Some of you may be able to not only get somebody to offer, but commit to offering something to the church every month, to showing up every week for PeaceNet or something like this. These types of substantial foundations is what I want to see. This is really what I'm asking our leaders to accomplish. So they will guide you locally what the parameters are for your nation, but we've set forward and agreed upon some parameters where I can connect Mother's heart to really touch at least 40 families that are really advancing the realm of Chombo substantially. So this is kind of an announcement on the message, but that is something I thought I wanted to share with you. Now, I want our young people who are not even blessed yet, or maybe just recently blessed, please go for it. You can use this as an opportunity not only to give, but you can also witness. You might be able to bring more people to join your PeaceNet, or become a Heavenly Parent Holy Community member in substance, or a YSP member in substance, some aspect of our movement. Whatever you can do, please bring that offering during this 40-day time, going up to the end of the year. Okay, so I really want us to work hard. This is like our Christmas present. This is like our end of year gift. This is our New Year gift. This is our second HJ Love offering. It is so many things, but in heart, it's what I mentioned at the beginning. It is us leaving a substantial footprint in the sand. It is us doing work of substance and bringing that fruit and that offering to our true parents. I mentioned to the Thai members, why do we do this? Why do we do this? Mother should know we love her. Well, I can ask you mothers, how many times when you cook a meal, do your children say thank you for a delicious meal? Do you like it when your husband or your children say, that was delicious, mommy, thank you so much? Or do you prefer it when they ignore you? Imagine serving every member in your family dinner in a separate room, and you can't even see if they're eating. Many times I watch my wife, I watch mothers when they serve and when they cook, they're looking at the plates and they don't feel happy if we don't eat well. In part, it's because they love us and they want us to be healthy and they want us to, grow. But on the other side, they want to feel like their work was received and their sweat and hard work was valued. It's a response. So if we don't show them that we're eating well, and if we don't say thank you, it's so tiring just to cook and cook and cook and never receive the response from our children. Well, think about True Mother. True Mother is, the other side of the world. She can't see all of us. She doesn't know how we're doing every day. She can sense and she can feel, but she doesn't see us. She gets the reports, many, many reports. But how well do those reports show substance? So that's why I believe not only the financial aspect, but the database, the registry that we offer Mother is going to be like how many children she can see and feel are eating her food, receiving her grace, and responding with filial heart of substance, with a thank you. So we have the gift of our life, our physical life, to leave a physical word, a physical sentence every day of our action, what we do. And this Hyojang love offering, please don't treat it like just something you do for a day. Please don't treat it like something you just do for a week or a month. Please think that this is valuable to an entire year of your Hyojang investment. Please, not just your money, but your substance, the substance of your family. Let every family member participate, please. Explain it to your children. Explain what I've told you to your children. This message is way too long for young kids to watch, I know. But please put it in terms they can understand. Please let them know that Mother feels them, Mother sees them, but Mother wants to know that they received Mother's word, that they received Mother's blessing, and that they're responding with courage and faith and conviction, not to be a burden on the shoulder of true parents anymore. Even though true parents will carry us for another 1,000 years if they have to. No, we're going to blow wind, heavenly wind under the wings of our true mother so that she knows we are here with her. At least 12,000 of us across Asia Pacific One. Come on, brothers and sisters. Let's do it. Every one of us, ask each of your children. And not just, last time one of the great testimonies was the young boy in India who broke his piggy bank. What was it? $13, Reverend Krishna, $14 something he offered. And when he heard that Mother received that offering, he immediately started fundraising again. Did you know that? Already for months. He started months ago fundraising. Who did he fundraise to? To his grandparents. So brothers and sisters, let our children witness to our grandparents. Let our children help us in the heavenly Chombo work to bring our parents into the fold of the Heavenly Parent Holy Community. Don't just fundraise from the grandparents. Get their name on their tube. Let them be a part of Heavenly Parents Holy Community Registry for True Mother. Reach out to your neighbors. Let them know it's not just about collecting money and names. It is those who will dedicate themselves and participate with us as a part of a Heavenly Parent Holy Community for the sake of Heavenly Unified Korea and a Heavenly Unified world. This is substantial work. So let us get excited about it. You young people, get out there. You can fundraise. You can bring more people in. Get more people to participate. And I'm asking the national leaders to recognize every single member who goes above and beyond. But I promise you this, I will report your name, your family, and your testimony to True Mother. Your gift counts. And yes, to those of you who do remarkably well, not only that, but you will get True Mother's holy garment. That's not for you. It's not for your family alone. It should be put, you have to set it up in your family museum for your descendants for thousands of years to recognize. But it's not just for you and your ancestors, your family and your descendants. It's for your nation. It's for your region, okay? So those who receive these gifts will be representatives because we all participate in True Mother's love. True Mother's loving all of us with those gifts. But we now need to establish, with this second HJ Love Offering, we need to establish the top 40 who can really set the tone for 2022. Because I want to commit myself to helping all of you to entering into that same realm of grace. No matter where we are now, there's so much that we can do even in 1 year together, brothers and sisters. Do you understand? So, please listen to the announcements from your national leaders, district leaders, sub-regional leaders. There's a few other, special things that we're doing in response to your effort for this HJ Love Offering. But at the root of it all, let us just show that we're here with our True Mother, that we're at the banquet table, that we're enjoying the feast together, and that we're one and willing to not only eat together and say thank you, True Mother, but we're willing to do the dishes with True Mother. We're willing to clean the home with True Mother. We're willing to build the palace with True Mother. We're willing to build the kingdom with True Mother. We're willing to bring about the heavenly unified Korea for the first time in human history with our True Mother, the Mother of Peace, the Mother of Unification, the Mother of Heavenly Unified Korea and a Heavenly Unified World. Brothers and sisters, even more than before, let us go 100% with our second Hyojang Love Offering. This is an annual thing now. Our second annual Hyojang Love Offering for a Heavenly Unified Korea and a Heavenly Unified World. Please reflect on what inspired you from this message. Please reflect on which points really speak to you, because we're all at different stages. I'm trying to speak to all of you. I hope you can receive it. God bless you and have a beautiful day, beautiful week. And let us end 2021 with an incredible offering that can inspire heaven and shock heaven even more than before. Okay? Thank you, brothers and sisters. Adieu.